Right, hello everyone and welcome back to FTRL. You join us for round number 7 of Season 8 in Division 1, the German Grand Prix. Tonight I'm joined in the commentary box as normal by FTRL Panini, and making his F1 commentary debut we've got FTRL Hammer Time. Evening gents.
Good evening.
Afternoon.
Well, how are we all doing?
Well, it's been an exciting day, but hopefully it ends better than it started. I mean, I'm not in the hospital bed anymore, so that can only be a good thing. So, for anyone who didn't know, I had an operation on my knee this morning, so all is good. I'm not dying. I'm not dead. It's all good.
Right, well, we'll just take care of a quick bit of housekeeping. There's been a driver change at Renault. Aaron has stepped down from his role as a driver for the rest of the season and has been replaced by Flying Frome. He's a driver we've been trying to get into the league for a while, and Aaron's finally succeeded in doing that. So I think Aaron's lurking around, so I don't know if he wants to just pop in and have a few words about the situation.
Yeah, I'm here. Well, yeah, good evening, gents. A bit different to my voice on a Div1 stream, but I'll be keeping it to a minimum tonight. Yeah, so basically, due to circumstances, moving house and changing jobs and everything else, it's decided to stop racing for the remainder of the season and sort of focus on everything else. I'll still be running the league and everything else, but just having a little bit of time for the remainder of this season to get everything sorted and all together. And I'm very happy with my replacement, Flying Frome, as you mentioned. We've been trying to get him in the league for a long time now, finally succeeded in doing that. And I wish him nothing but the best. And fingers crossed he can fly the Renault flag and bring home a good result. He's a cracking lad, and I hope he has a really good race tonight. So, but no, it should be an exciting one. Couple of absentees, Will, Tico, and the vacant Williams seat. So I shall look forward to watching this unfold and listen to your fantastic commentary and marking you down, Tel, for all of your wrongdoings this evening, mate. So no pressure.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, have a good one, lads. I'll be here if you need to know anything.
Thank you, Mr. League Owner.
I prefer sir, please, but okay.
I prefer noob, but you know, you don't get what you want all the time.
It's not what past the watershed. I can't say what I want to say yet.
So we've got the our usual crowd in the stream tonight. So we've got Agent Panda, Goy Carp, City Posh Blue, Peatman back in Ravers once again, and FTRL Panda is in the stream. As he can't race tonight, he's feeling a little under the weather. So what are we thinking for strategy tonight?
I'm not entirely sure. My only practice has been one wet weather test.
Okay, well we did have Germany on the calendar last season. It actually opened the championship up, and I think quite a lot of drivers went to stop, if I remember rightly, in the Div 1 race because they had dry weather.
I think I'll have gone for the no stop because I'll have probably lost a wheel. My Div 1 season didn't go very well last season. Now, hence why I'm commentating this season. I mean, I would estimate being a standard one stop from the hardest compound to the middle hardest compound, but I mean, there's obviously going to be someone going to try and go for pole. With the added bonus of 2 extra points.
Yep, those 2 extra points to entice people in, but, well, as it is, everyone is out on the medium tyre apart from Flying Throne.
Ooh, well,
Quick
a lot of
request,
support.
quick request from Matt Cause, Simon. Can you put the tyre onto the one they've set their best lap on, please?
Well, I've just done that, and like I said, everyone's on mediums at the moment, so...
Oh, cool. Cheers, mate.
We have a lot of different people supporting a lot of different drivers in the chat tonight, which is nice to see. And you got City Porsche supporting Dutch, Tim 12 and Flying Pro. You got my cause being my cause. You got Don Clayton, who's a big Ravers fan. I mean, if you know who Ravers is, you know why he's a Ravers fan. But you know, you got Agent Panda supporting Ravers and Chicken Dude.
Don Clayton is actually Ravers' brother, just in case you didn't know.
That was implied.
Oh, right, sorry.
Well, the aforementioned Raver's Revenge currently sits P2 with a 13 flat. Like, I'm guessing everyone else is sandbagging because Ravers can't be that fast.
There's been a few scruffy laps out there, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Dutch is currently on a bit of a scruffy one.
T1000 Zach aborted and come back in.
Yeah, I'm just guessing that this medium tyre isn't quite yielding the sort of grip that the guys want at the moment.
I wonder if it's one where like the hardtail or Silverstone where you had to do 2 outlaps on it and try and get some temperature in it.
That would be
Rivers.
the best bet. You see a lot of people sliding about at the moment.
Well,
first flying
I mean,
laps
you
on
say
these
that,
mediums.
Remco has managed to get it switched on straight out of the box. He's done 1 lap on that tyre and he was almost a full 3 tenths quicker than Ravers was after doing an extra lap.
But my cause is both supporting Ravers and also not supporting him with his latest comment in the chat. Don't forget Ravers won this race last time out in Div 2, which obviously won't happen again today. So, I mean...
It's like a compliment sandwich, isn't it?
It's a difficult pit entry for this, so I do hope that my cause doesn't bottle it into the pit wall tomorrow. I mean, he has prior. Oh, Flex it on the medium tail with 4.5. I don't know what a 5 is, it should be a 5, but you know, we'll move past it, it's fine.
So Tim 12 currently on a 3rd flying lap on this tyre, and I would suggest he's invalidated his first 2 efforts because he hasn't set a time yet.
Yeah, I've been on board with him. Looked like he invalidated on the final corner of the last lap.
He's definitely one to watch in this qualifying session. He's turned out to be a bit of a qualifying specialist, if you like.
There we go.
There we
On
go.
cue. Well done, Simon.
Thank you, Tim.
Now, I found out why he was on his 3rd lap. On his 1st lap he invalidated this and next lap. So...
Plexit is coming round. Can he improve? He does. 12-2.
Buttons coming into the stadium section.
Well, we've got a couple of guys on outlaps. Currently, Jules Pills and Catamies are on the ultra soft tyre. Now,
Well, Button's just invalidated another lap.
just as a little side note, the pole time for Div1 last season was Dutch Tricks, and he'd done a 1:10.8.
I'm going to guess and say that was not on the medium tyre.
That, I believe, was on the ultra soft tyre.
I mean, if it wasn't the medium, I was going to pack up and not race tomorrow because I can't get anywhere near that. What I can say is it'll be interesting to see what Academy does tonight, because he does like this track. He has gone well here in the past. And also, what Coandi can do tonight. He had a fantastic race last time out, so hopefully he can bring the goods back out today.
Yeah, he just had one of those sort of co-Andy drives last week, didn't he, where he kept out of trouble and he was just consistently quick throughout.
No, I mean, it was back where we want to see Coandi, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of those drives that he pulled out the bag many times last season and got him driver of the season, didn't it?
Yeah.
Jules Pills of Bolts' lap. Where's Cat? Cat's in the stadium section, around the Sachs curve. He's going to finish his lap.
I've actually fitted the soft compound tyre. Whether they come out on it or not.
1:11.2. So there's the benchmark.
Brandon Manglover in chat saying, I'll take P4 if I can stay there. Well, I got bad news for you, don't feel already, but I mean, you have a target for you now, though, so.
The only man we've got out on track is Flying Throne. Is he starting a lap?
He invalidated on the first corner of the last lap. Looked like he got round there okay this time, though.
Yeah, he seems a bit more conservative that time, it must be said. So as long as he's got enough fuel in the car, you'd feel this would be more of a banker lap than anything. Nicely out of the hairpin.
Craig Harper's bring out the inspirational quotes in the chat. He said he also wants run to win the race, and then he put, I believe, hashtag dare to dream.
That's more like it. 1:11.9.
Right, getting to the business end of the session now, so the track's about to get very busy. I'm seeing a lot of yellow on the tyre selection.
Yeah. I've had a quick look at Button, and he's managed to invalidate 6 laps.
Well, there's commitment.
Pushing very hard. I think he just invalidated another one. He's obviously not agreeing with turn 1. But it appears to be that's where he's invalidating.
Well, in fairness, turn 1 is a very easy corner to invalidate. You either get too greedy and cut it too much, or you carry too much speed through, run wide, and that's your lap invalidated.
thought I might see more action on the Ultrasoft. Obviously, people were trying to stay away from that though.
I think Ravers has just got that turn one absolutely spot on. It's been a clean lap from Ravers so far.
Well, Throne's called it a day.
Ravers with 2 corners to negotiate. And a short dash to the line. 12.7. Zach's gone P2 with an 11.7.
Okay, there is some support in the chat for Ravers at the moment. Agent Panda. Greg Harp said he would love to see Ravers qualify top 10. Agent Panda earlier on when Ravers was in 7 said hashtag Team Ravers. Goy corrected him saying Team Gavers. So then Agent Panda put Team Gavers. So, I mean, it's nice to know you got support out there.
Team 12 to the line. Didn't improve, must have invalidated that previous effort. Plexits has gone P2 with an 11.6.
And the man coming round the final corner. Nope.
Oh, Ox has gone on the Ultrasoft and has qualified a 10th slower than Caterpillars.
Well, as it stands, it's a Sauber front row. Now, Dutch has been really pushing this lap. Has he got any answer?
Button up to 4th.
So Button's finally got a lap together.
Well, Dutch is going to have to hope he hasn't invalidated. If not, this race could be trouble. Pressure is in.
Oh, that might be an invalidation now. Nope.
P8.
On Lennon out on track, isn't it?
So
Right into the corner.
Thirteenth for Lennon, 14th for Lennon.
That's it.
So just a couple of guys in the pits left to retire. Goy Carp supporting the commentary team. Thank you, Goy.
Cheers, Goy. You've always been a big supporter of us, so we will continue to support you as long as we can. I mean, you're not racing, but you're probably the quickest driver out there, even when you're not racing. So, there we go.
Well, I don't imagine many people had this grid on their predictor. So Catamise takes pole with Oxhox in second, both of them the only two cars on the ultra soft tyre. Plexit's third, Button in fourth, finally got a lap together. T1000 Zach and Tim12 take row 3. Debutant Flying Throme shares the fourth row with Dutch Tricks. Remco and Joe Burns round out the top 10. And then we've got Cress, Brandon Man, Chicken Guy, Lennon, Co-Andy, Raver's Revenge and Super Jules Pills.
So Flying Throne's come in. He's admittedly hasn't got much practice around Germany, and he's put it on the same row as our championship leader.
Not a bad way to introduce yourself to Div1, is it?
Be interesting to see what the strategy call is going to be from these two Saubers in the front row. Obviously they've got something planned.
Yeah, well, I don't imagine that ultra soft tyre is going to go very far. I reckon they'll probably be in the pits by lap 5.
James Rodriguez in the chat, who unfortunately can't commentate with us tonight, saying great commentary lad, so appreciate the support.
People in the stream, can we get some predictions from you, please? I'd like to hear your thoughts for top 3.
What do you think, lads? What's your predictions?
Well,
No.
well, my prediction before this race was Dutch Plexits and Tim 12, but that qualifying session hasn't lent itself to it. But a lot can happen in this race, so we'll wait and see. I'll go with it.
I think something peculiar is going to happen this race, so I'm going to go for the people who don't normally get on the podium but are very consistent. So I want to go for a Co-Andy win. That's what's going to happen. With Brandon Man second and Joseph Burns third.
You hammer time?
I'm going to go with, I think T1000 Zach's going to win. I think Plexits is going to come second. And I'm throwing it out there. Third place, Flying Throne.
Okay, well, of the tyre strategy, obviously the guys inside the top 10, we know what tyres they're starting on, but outside the top 10, everyone but Lennon opting for the medium tyre.
Lennon's fairly odd with his strategy. He always does something weird. I mean, I've raced him for years and he's always been one for strategy, so he usually comes up with something. So I hope it works out for him.
Just before we start, lads, I'm going to throw a prediction out there as well. I'm going to say Zach to win, Plexix second, and I think Oxhox is going to come third.
Okay, well there we go, we've got 5 lights on in Germany. And eventually we get underway.
Right, I'm going to hover around the back.
Cat's held the lead. The two Saubers have got quite a good getaway, as you'd expect on the ultra soft tyre. We've got Button coming up the outside of Plex. It's gone very deep. He's lost out to Zach.
I've been keeping an eye on From. He's kept his front wing intact, so that's all good. 3 wide at the hairpin between Dutch Tricks, Button and Tim 12.
Yep, someone's lost some wing. I've just seen an end plate going off at the hairpin. Got Mercedes up the inside of Dutch. That's Button.
I wonder if Dutch got damage there. I can't imagine The Dutch is normally not very easy to get past.
Well, I haven't seen anything noticeable damage-wise on his car. Looks like, I think everything's intact.
I've just got on board with Lennon. I know he's on the softer tyre, but he's just coming on the outside of chicken guy into the hairpin in the stadium section.
Button's already picked up a time penalty. That's 1 lap. I mean, he's got to do 34.
As long as he didn't get 34 penalties, he'll be fine.
That's Button going up the inside of Tim 12. There's been contact, there's more carbon fibre. And Button's lost some wing. So that Mercedes is wounded.
Tim 12 just tagged the back of Button, but
I think he got away with that. Yeah, that Mercedes is handling so badly, just understeered clean off the circuit. Oh. Meanwhile, out front, the 2 Saubers look like they're doing what they need to do.
They do, however flex it's just a fastest lap.
Yeah. But we've got Dutch and Tim 12 side by side. And they're going to be side by side through the Parabolica.
Ox making a move on Catamies up top.
Dutch has got that done. And Ox has got Cat. So a change for the lead. What those Saubers don't want to do is fight too hard, because they're just going to kill their tyres and damage their strategy so badly.
They need to work together to try and pull away from the pack, I think.
Oh, Brandon Mann's had a...
I say has Brand gone round.
Oh, Bran and no, was it Bran and Ravers?
No, Bran was in 12th. Ravers was last on the road. So I'm wondering if something's happened left with Ravers along the way.
Right, well, Plexits is now within DRS range of the 2 Saubers.
Academy's going very deep coming to happen.
Yeah, I think he was just carrying that much more speed that he hit the brakes at the normal point, but he just kept going. And obviously those tyres will be probably at the end of their life cycle around now as well. They don't last long.
As a result, over the first couple of laps, Dutch Tricks now 3.5.
Cat's in the pits. He's in the gravel. So, Lennon, by starting on the soft tyre, has jumped all of the medium runners around him. He's actually made up 6 places so far. Now, biggest losers are Button and Catamies, but Catamies has pitted.
I think you're going to see a move from Flying Throne on Team 12.
Yep, just gone to it. He's got the inside line for the hairpin. Tim locks up. Throne's got Remco having a look. Remco sends it round the outside. He's giving him the inside line for the next corner. Frome's keeping it there.
Good driving, very good driving.
Oh, Tim just tagged the back of Remco.
Oh, that was intense, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very good driving from all three of them.
Oxox is in pit lane.
Well, the game has actually given us something very good for once. I've just had helicopter shot for half a lap. And the entirety of that battle was in helicopter cam.
Turn 1.
At this lot battling, it's brought Joe Burns right onto the back of them. So we've now got 5 cars within a second of each other here.
The both Salvers have gone up the soft tyre, so they're definitely going to have to make another stop in this race.
A late switch move from Lennon has got him up the inside of Tim at the hairpin. Joe's got by as well.
Both of them.
And Tim's coming back.
Oh,
I thought that was close. I thought we were going to go 3 wide there.
Got Panda in the chat supporting the new teammate for him, which is nice to see.
Frome's 3-second penalty.
Well, Co-Andy once again doing his thing. He's up 5 places into 10th place. It looks like he's giving Chicken Guy something to think about. This Button gets another penalty. Yeah, he's going to have a go here, is Andy. Chicken Guy having a look at a switchback. I don't think he's got the run. No. Good driving once again.
We'll see, if you switch between Chicken Guy and Crest, does Chicken Guy have some front wing damage on the left hand side?
Yep. Well spotted. Oh,
If I
there's a
may
false
say
India gone
quickly-
round.
Oh, who's that?
Yep, Gilles just had a half spin. He's got
Yeah, if I may
Catamies
say,
behind him.
We've got Ray Bay in the chat, who's an old friend of FTRL for the first time in a while, so thank you for tuning in, mate. Nice to see you again. Also, just quickly, Flying Throne has managed to push Remco out of DRS range and is maintaining the pace of Dutch ahead of him. So that's a very good position to be in.
It certainly is.
Lennon and Joe Burns are having a scrap.
Yep, Catamies and Gilles Pills are having a scrap, and that's a scrap that Catamies does not want to be having. Having already pitted, he's on a 2-stop.
I'm going to guess that the two Rebel boys are in a party together because they're pretty good mates. If you were Crest, would you want to get past your teammate with damage front wing? Have a go at Co-Andy?
You'd be asking the question, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I mean, they're on the same strategy. I mean, it does mean that one's going to have to come in after the other, but I mean, that wing damage is, you would think you would be holding Chicken Dude up a little bit.
Yeah, well, they've got Ox behind them now as well, who, again, like Catamies, is 2-stopping.
Joe Burns going for a move. Down the
Try this
inside.
last lap.
Cress is going for it. And Ox is going to have a look as well by the look of it.
In no ERS.
Joe got Lennon.
You can just put ERS on half on his back straight, so I don't think he's going to fight off Ox too hard.
Yep, Ox is through. Cat is still stuck behind Jill's pills.
Well, what's slightly intriguing me is that Plexit and Zach are pulling away from Dutch Trick. I mean, obviously he got DRS, well Zach has, so he's pulling himself along, but I mean, Dutch has lost about 2 seconds since he got into third place. Oh,
Zach
Jill's goals is wrong.
right behind Plexits here. We're going to see another move.
Yep, Plexits goes defensive. Wow.
There might be something said about that move.
This isn't over yet. Meanwhile, Joe and Lennon are still going side by side. Yeah, Zach just had a little weave behind Plexits there, I think signalling a bit of displeasure.
Team 12, who have we got? Team 12 going past Co-Andy. It's a bit of a train here, 4 cars. Team 12, Co-Andy, Cress.
Well, what I'm almost suspecting here is that Team 12 is actually the slower car. Yeah, he's pitting. His tyres have gone. Expecting to see Lennon and Joe Burns going side by side into the hairpin. Here we go. Yep, Joe's gone deep, but he's got the traction out of the corner. Meanwhile, there's a mighty swarm in the background, but
Oh, Lennon sent it.
Cress is overtaking Coandy.
he half sent it.
As decent Coandy into the wall.
Oh dear.
It didn't look good from my perspective, but I'll leave it with the stewards.
So at the front it looks like Zach may just have decided to hang back from Plexits for now.
As Dutch had a little wiggle somewhere. He got the gap down to 3.6 while Zach and that were battling. It's back to 5.1 and From's caught him in by half a second.
Joe's gone defensive, Lennon's passed.
Yeah, he got the job done before the braking zone this time. Ox is past Cress. Ravers has caught onto the back of Chicken Guy now. So we've got a good few battles bubbling away here.
He's in the pits, so is Zach. As is Dutch.
And Dutch. Chrome carries on.
That's interesting. Does Chrome have enough grip in those tyres to have one push lap and try and overcut?
Watching through turn 1, there was no wiggle, which I mean I wiggle through there every lap, so I mean he's in high ERS down the straight, so
We've got Ravers and Chicken Guy side by side. Ravers has the inside.
Guy Carp is currently boosting Matt Carr's ego in the chat, which is something you don't want to do.
No, we don't need that.
Yeah, stop that guy. It's going to be interesting to see where Furlong comes up when he does pit. And it's
Well,
going to be this lap.
he's coming around to pit entry now.
Yeah, he
Does dive in. Now,
I'll stick with Rome if you want to.
well, Plexits is already coming round the last corner.
Joe Burns is in.
It's Dutch tricks that you want to keep your eye on.
So Plexits holds
Dutch
the
is in
lead.
traffic.
Dutch is up the inside of Cat, and he's
Oh,
just
no,
got out in front.
Almost worked. Almost. He's closer.
I mean, this is going to be Lennon's final lap on these softs. I mean, I know he started on fresh set of softs, but...
Panda's in the chat asking for the tyre details.
the wrong round ones.
They're black.
And they get sticky when they're hot. And I am on about the tyres.
So everyone on mediums at the moment, apart from the two Saubers and Lennon, who's about to go on to the medium.
I got Reb in the chat asking me if you can put up the battery info. I'm wondering if Joe Burns had damage when he came in, because Lennon's come out 3.2 seconds in front of him. And I mean, those two were fighting tooth and nail.
Oh. Dutch is trying to make his way back up through the field. He's just got past Chicken Guy. Raver's Revenge is next target.
So now he's cutting through this traffic quite well, where Throne is still stuck behind Cat.
I think From might be taking easy through traffic with it being his first FTRL league race. He doesn't want to...
Possibly, yes.
Remco and Bran, very, very close.
Also with From, he won't know how all of us race, so he'll be scouting how people drive
That's
as
another
well.
thing. He's got to work everyone out. Button picks up another penalty.
Dutch is overtaking Ravers.
Bran and Remco are side by side. And Throne's past Cat.
Cat's diving up the inside. Both kept it clean.
Well, we're now at the halfway point of the race, and the first half has been as entertaining as you like. Chicken Guy pits. So, wing change and a set of soft tyres for Chicken Guy.
I know Chicken Guy's very good on his tyres, but he's asking them tyres to go an awful long way. Going on to a set of socks.
Right, well, Zach is currently sitting within half a second of Plexits at the front.
It feels like the race has calmed down just a little bit. While everyone sorts his medium tyres out.
Well, Plexit is one warning away from a penalty, and Zach doesn't have one warning yet. So that could be crucial.
It is very easy to get penalty around this track, especially with turn 1. It's not very forgiving at all. But you got Dutch catching up the back of Cress. He's going to make a move into the hairpin this lap. He's going to overtake on ERS. Yeah, I think there might have been a bit of lag there.
Yeah, I think that was lag.
And it scared Dutch a little bit. I saw the weave.
Yeah, well, I also saw a bit of car fly off as well.
It doesn't appear like Dutch has much on that front left hand side. He's weaving around. He's not very happy about something. Yeah, I think he's lost his front
I think he has.
And oh mine, I've got a nose shot and his front left end plate's there, but Codemasters.
It looks like there's less on the left than there is on the right. Right, it's missing all those flappy bits. I know I'm good with technical terms. Yeah, thanks.
The flappy bits. You sure you're talking about Formula 1 cars?
I might be. To change subject, Rebbe reckons that the McLaren lost wing as well. So, there you go.
So, we're all in agreement, Dutch has wing damage.
And Flying Throne's past Ravers, so Throne on the charge.
Well, now I think we're about to find out if Dutch has wing damage. Keep an eye on the gap between Frome and Dutch. Both on the same tyre.
So, cat music pitted and gone out on a set of socks. Oh, Cox's in this lap. Well, he'll be one on the set of socks. Definitely be an intriguing strategy from Sauber.
Are we about to see a move for the lead? Zach learnt from the first encounter and went the other side. And everyone else is now a bit spaced out.
Frome's taking 2/10 out of Dutch, and the gap between Dutch and Flex is now 9 seconds.
Well, Raver's Revenge has taken his medium tyres 19 laps so far. He's just done 20 laps on them.
I'm interested in where he comes out, because it's a very condensed field at the moment.
Well, he's on his way out now. He rejoins ahead of his teammate.
Well, that's going to annoy Joe. Glad he's not been in a party with him later.
Like extra moaning. Extra joning.
Extra joning, yeah.
Button's also not long pitted and put on a fresh set of softs, so he's going to be marching through the field.
Yeah, he's just gone clean round the outside of Joe. Catamies and Brand look like they're battling. And considering that Catamies started on pole, you wouldn't have thought he'd be battling Brand for 14th place at this stage in the race.
I think this is going to give the guys in Div 2 an idea that maybe a two-stop is not the way to go.
I might go for a 2-stop so I can get pole, so I can have 2 points at least.
Well, Ravers in that one lap, in one lap, Ravers is now past Cress, and Button's following him through.
Frome's got down to 2.8. He's gaining on Dutch tricks.
Button's past Ravers as well. So Button on this soft tyre is on the move. And there's Plexit's third warning, 3-second time penalty.
Did you say Raven had both taken Cress?
I did say Cress, I think I'm...
I was going to say, he's got a permanent up arrow on my screen. I wonder if he's lagged or...
Well, was it Cress's car that hit Dutch, or lagged into Dutch, should I say? So, yeah. I definitely saw on the screen Ravers overtake Cress's car.
Ox about to make a move on Lennon.
I don't think Lennon will fight it too hard.
No.
He's a very focused on his own race kind of guy. Zach is nearly out of DRS range.
I don't want to put a commentator's curse on this, lads, but if Frome parts is Dutch, I'll have the 1, 2, 3 here.
Beginner's luck.
Time's gone back up a bit though, 2.6. And Frome's got that time penalty as well.
Joe's just picked up a time penalty, ran wide at turn 1. Pushing hard to keep Chicken Guy in his clutch. On different tyre compounds, it must be said. These two battling hard. Meanwhile, Plexitz is back within half a second of Zach, but Zach will probably know about Plexitz's penalty by now. Lennon's keeping Ox within touch, which is a good effort considering the tyre difference.
It is indeed. Could we see both Mercedes in the points? Or I think might be the first time this season. I mean, Button does have like 15 seconds worth of penalties nearly, so I mean that might go against him slightly.
Plexits and Zach.
Yep, he's going to go for it.
Zach's one for a switchback. If Aaron is still
Keep it
here, he'll
out.
be fairly
Can it-
moist.
Keep it.
Alright, job done for Plexits.
Tops is closing in on Remco, but as you say, Lennon is not getting dropped off the back.
The button's just gone past Cress.
Well, he might have done, he might have come back off.
Well, yeah, he might have done, we don't know.
Chicken Dude, who's also on soft tyres, but they are getting fairly old now. He's chasing the back of Joe Burton. Oh,
Zach's come back past Plexits.
Oh! Who's that?
Lennon's gone.
Lennon. Got a massive tank slapper. I was just on board with him. Massive tank slapper and straight
Out of
into
turn
the
one,
wall.
virtual safety car.
Lennon.
Well,
I
there
mean,
was
Mr.
your
Football to do
weird
this for
thing.
us.
There was your weird thing that you wanted to happen, Pagani.
I didn't want Lennon to crash out, I'm not that mean.
So, Tell said something about a commentator's curse, and it was actually Pagani that cursed.
Usually is, mate. I'm never going to hear the end of this from Lennon. He's going to be very angry with me. Yeah.
Maybe he won't watch the stream, maybe he won't know.
I'll find someone being annoyed at me. He usually is.
So what that has done is it's moved Raver's Revenge up into a points paying position. And we're back under green flag.
Flying Foam's taken a second out.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was just looking at that.
So
Game on.
game on indeed.
Got past Zach and Super Joe has nearly hit the back of Zach.
I was on board with Frome then, and that orange McLaren was getting ever closer down the straight.
It's under a second.
So the man in the banana is chasing the proverbial carrot.
Oh! There's been contact between two admins. Chicken guy is half spun Joe Burns.
Gonna be a whole lot of joning going on.
There is, because you got wing damage.
I'll say there's a lot of wing missing on that Ferrari.
Right, here
Oh.
we go. Flying Throne's got DRS.
Flying Foam just over half a second behind out the DRS straight.
I don't think
He won't do
too
it this
far
lap, he'll just bide his time.
back. Dutch locking up.
Concerned about Like Jules Pill's nearly clattered in the back of Zach again and had to stop on the apex of the corner. I mean, anything you want to get your lap back, but maybe don't intervene in the leading battle.
Right, honours even now. Dutch
Yep.
tricks, 3 seconds.
I was going to say, that's just levelled the playing field, hasn't it?
Button's got another penalty.
No, Foam's got 6 seconds.
Has he got another one?
No, we've missed one.
Caught a glance of some trouble and rage in it. It's not. I can't really see it on stream, so I'm not going to.
It's probably for the best.
Right, this could be it.
They are catching a rather slow Jill's Bills though, so it did sort of hem From in.
We've got Oxox and Remco behind the battle
Button's overtaken
for third.
Tim 12 at the hairpin, and Tim 12 has gone on the outside and slight contact on that fast right. Button did well to save it.
So we've had to wait a few laps, but we've got multiple battles to keep an eye on.
So from what I've seen of Fro, I mean I've only seen him in the GT Sport League or it was on a Thursday, but he got stuck behind me for a few laps and he didn't like, force his nose once, so he's only going to pull a move. It's definitely there to overtake Dutch.
It's gaining.
I'm going to go for
There
it.
he goes. On a bit deep.
Dutch will switch. She's got the run.
Frome's got the line, but he backs out of it.
Good racing by both of them.
Tim 12 and Button still going wheel to wheel.
The fast right-hander after the hairpin, it looks very innocuous, but when you've got very worn tyres, it can be very difficult corner to get right.
Yeah, especially with another car right beside you.
But that wasn't an insinuation to you, Aaron, when he did a performance, just so you know what that means. Zach going back up the outside of Plexits again. Plexits runs in wide on the curb.
Right, flying throne is very, very close.
Zach was doing a little bit of weaving behind him, so he's obviously got some more displeasure in some of the moves being pulled.
And he's covered him off this time.
We've
Yep.
got an FTRL noob in the
driving.
shot. Called onto the podium? I think that's how you pronounce it. Saying From finally being given a break.
I've never heard of him.
Ah.
Who's it again?
Onto the pit stop. No, onto the. No, I can't say his name properly.
Okay. It might be a
I think,
bot.
I think you pronounce his name absolute colossal noob. I think that's how it reads to me.
Chicken guy with a penalty later on. I mean, chicken guy's on lap 15 on soft tyres. I mean, he's the tyre life king at this point, isn't he? I mean, well, he got
Dutch
Captain
back on throne.
Lock up from Dutch. He stays ahead. Tim and Button are side by side once again. More contact.
A couple of things. Ray said Remco, aka Little Remco. No, it's a different one. And also, Ox is going to jump flying foam because of foam's 6-second penalty. So don't believe Ox has one.
Yeah,
No.
I'm also going to be interested to see how many positions Button's going to drop with his shopping list of penalties.
We are on to the last lap.
We are indeed, it's gone quick.
Yep. There's only really one more overtaking opportunity, and I think it's too far back to do it.
Foam's going to make another move, I think.
Academy's is just being round again.
Touch holding the inside line. Gonna try and go away. Forced him out.
Bit of a wobble.
I think Academy's got a puncture.
Well, leaders are coming round the final corner, and Plexits is going to take the win on track, but I believe that T1000 Zach gets the race win on penalties. So, congratulations to Zach. Dutch is going to cross the line for P3. From fourth, where's Ox? Ox and Remco both get thrown on penalties.
What a fantastic race from the top two and also from Dutch and Frome there. That was unbelievable.
I mean, we've got Aaron here. I mean, say you were in this race, where do you believe that you would have placed in this said race?
Probably first. No, I reckon
this season. I wouldn't say that.
Well, no, I reckon maybe between Frome and Cress. Somewhere around that sort of avenue. I'm normally not too bad around here. I know I bottled the performance, but, you know, happens. Good result for Ravens Revenge, by the way, as well.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was going to be on penalties or if it was actually... I don't believe it was on track, but he was only 5/1000ths of a second off of a P7.
Good on him. I mean, he's driven brilliantly there.
He's driven very well.
16th. I think what we'll do, as there's four of us here, if we get the... obviously, Zach won't come in for a podium interview, so we'll get Plexits, Dutch and Ox, and we'll also get Frome in here as well. Have a quick chat with him.
Okay, well, do you want to suggest those guys to the party?
I shall.
Got a couple of guys in the chat suggesting Rivers Revenge for driver of the day. I mean, it's got to be close between
it's
a
a
few
good
guys.
shout.
I mean, Frome's come in and he's raced the championship leader very hard today. I mean, Dutch had a little bit of front wing damage, but still, it takes nothing away from what Frome's done to come in with very little practice. So 4 drivers without penalties. Zach, Ox, Remco and Ravers Revenge.
Well, I have suggested them. If you can invite them, please tell.
Yeah. Doing it now.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Oh, I think everybody's here.
Whoa. Hello, guys.
Hello. Okay, guys. Well, welcome to Podium Interviews. So we'll get started with Plexit. Good drive, mate. Unlucky not to hold on to the win. Just that one-time penalty knocked you back.
Yeah, I got one warning too much.
Yeah, like I say, it was unfortunate. It was a decent battle between you and Zach for much of that race. Do you want to talk about it from your perspective?
Yeah, it was a good race, to be honest. I mean, we both had a good start. Yeah, Zach could follow me really close, and his pace was actually unbelievable. We were like, I was watching the times back, and we were like within, I don't know, a tenth or something like that, like all the laps. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, but unfortunately I got P2, but congratulations on P1 for Zach.
So there was one moment on the stream we were following you, and I think you were coming down to the hairpin. You went very defensive, and Zach ended up on the grass. Did you realise he was that close to you, or was that just a...
Oh, that was before the hairpin. It wasn't on the hairpin.
No, it wasn't on the hairpin.
Right?
It was on the run down to it.
Yeah, on the straight. Yeah, I know. What happened was, you know, the arrows on your screen when they're red. Then it's usually when they're next to you. But on my screen they were still white, so I went even more, so he couldn't go there. And then I saw, then I saw he was on the grass, but the arrows didn't went red on my screen, so I apologize for that.
Okay, well, by finishing in front of Dutch tonight, you've just taken 2 points out of him, so you're now only, I think, 8 points behind in the championship. Can you keep the charge going and push him right to the end, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I keep driving the way I am right now, then yeah, I'm really confident in close it.
Okay, mate, well, great drive. Again, unlucky not to hold on to the win, but good effort nonetheless. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, Pagani, do you want to have a chat with Dutch?
Can do, but I've done no preparation because I'm a lousy commentator. We'll go with it.
Yeah, I know that. We all know that, mate.
Cheeky bastard. Right. So, Dutch, we'll start with qualifying. It didn't seem to just click tonight with you in qualifying. I mean, what was it? Starting P7, P8?
Yeah, P8. Yeah. Had a good first lap on quali, but I invalidated. So I had to put another lap in and didn't got full ERS the whole lap. So that cost me a lot of time, and the tires were a little bit overheated in the second lap. So
Do you reckon that
very good.
if you'd got that involved at lap, then you'd have been able to push the two guys that were up front in today's race?
Yeah, definitely. The lap was very good, so it would have been very high on the grid. I think around Plexit's time, I think. But yeah, in the race, I had no slipstream or DRS and didn't have much practice, so it was more damage limitation.
I want to ask about not long after you made your pit stop. It appeared you got damage going down the straight before the hairpin. I don't know if it was just on our screen or if you did actually get damaged, but what actually happened?
Yeah, I was overtaking Chris and I was on the right side of him and he lagged into me, I think. Very unfortunate, but yeah, nothing he can do about it, and so.
So, I mean, still, I mean, you could classify this as a bad weekend, but I mean, you still finished third. I mean,
yeah, yeah. Second place, I got some good pace.
I was going to say, if your worst weekend of the season, you finished third. I mean, you can't really complain too much.
No.
I mean, it's still a good podium. I mean, third with damage.
Yeah. After that, it was really a damage limitation. And yeah, I didn't at the same pace as Plexits and Sackhead, so I knew it was gonna be difficult. But very happy actually with P3, but also a little bit disappointed that I didn't have some good pace.
Obviously, your teammate couldn't make it to today's race.
Yes.
Are you beginning to worry about the Constructors' Championship now? I mean,
yeah, a little bit. Yes. Of course, I want to win it. Yeah, Toros. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit happy that Tim ended up in P7, so that he didn't got much points. So if Tico can get some good results in, I am confident that we can turn it around.
Right, it's going to be an interesting battle for the rest of the season. I wish you the best for the rest of this season. No doubt we'll interview you a few more times before the season finishes.
Yeah, still every race on the podium, so.
Oh well, if unfortunately Tell's lagged out the party, I think. But so I will have a chat with you today, Mr. Oxox.
Oh God.
So yeah, so we were talking before the race, and we were saying that hopefully you can make that next step onto the podium because I think that's now your third, fourth place of the season now. It's moved you above Tico in the championship, and you're closer to Remco. So and actually really close to Tim 12 now. So you're getting in and amongst it. First of all, what made you go on the ultra soft tyre for qualifying? Because you and Catamies were the only people to do that. Had you done any practice, or would you take a bit of a gamble?
No, I really didn't practice at all. I mean, basically 0 laps. Me and Kat were just in the party and just wondering why were there so many people doing the opting for the one stop while the second 2 stop is very good if you're fast. So we just decided to, take the ultras and try our luck, basically.
Yeah, well, it seemed to work. I mean, obviously, with Germany being quite a short circuit, obviously the main concern for you might have been coming out and getting caught up in a bit of traffic. I think Catamies had quite a problem with that, and but you seemed to just fly through the field. Was you a lot more confident, would you say, on your middle stint? Because you certainly looked at it. You clawed your way back through the field like it was nothing. So.
Well, basically, yeah. I mean, I don't know why, but I think the first stint I was feeling more confident than the second. For some reason, the second stint wasn't that good, and that's why every time I overtook a car, I think it was Lennon and Remco who were, after when I had overtaken them, they were still at my back.
Yeah.
And that was just bothering me so much. Yeah, I knew the softs were good, so I just, pushed lap on lap, and obviously the DRS really helps overtaking, so it was pretty easy.
Well, I mean, other than your DNFs you had in Spain and Monaco, your lowest finish this season is 6th. Like I said, you've had 3 4th places now, so we're starting to see that form from you that won you the championship a few seasons ago. But with 5 races to go, Hungary next week, do you reckon you can make that final step and put yourself onto the podium?
Pretty sure no. Track being Hungary, but I'll give it my best shot for sure.
Yeah, well, like I said, mate, you've done a superb job tonight, and you was only 8 tenths off of a podium, so it's getting much closer. It's getting much closer. So, well done to you tonight, mate. I think you did a superb job.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Right. Well, finally, as a bit of a guest appearance, I thought we would invite in Mr. Flying Frome. First of all, mate, how you doing?
Not too bad. Pretty good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, mate. So, finally, after all this time, your first appearance in FTRL. How was your race?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun out there, a lot of clean battles and stuff. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. It were a bit. I obviously joined the league this afternoon, last minute, so I didn't get a lot of practice really. So, I didn't expect to be battling over sort of third, fourth, fifth. So, yeah, pretty happy with the result really. But I think. Yeah, lack of practice showed in turn one because I kept cutting it, so I think I ended up with sort of 6 or 9 seconds of penalties in end. So not perfect, but not too bad.
No, exactly. Well, a couple of times you were going side by side with people, and you had some real close battles through some tricky parts of the track. Obviously, coming into a league where you don't really know how people drive, was there sort of a bit of added nerves in those situations, or was you quite calm and in control?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I tend to. I mean, I've raced with you before. I was in another league, and you know, I try to pride myself on being as clean as possible. But you don't want to wipe anyone out first race in a new league when no one knows who you are.
No, exactly.
But obviously, you don't want to come across as a pushover either. So yeah, I was just trying to pick my battles wisely and kind of worked out okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, one thing you must take a lot of credit for is the fact of, but for the penalties, you were going toe to toe with our current champion. So certainly a good place to start for you, mate. So ended up P6, I think, after a couple of penalties. So it's more of a case of what might have been. But I mean, given that as first evidence, you must be fairly excited going into next week.
Yeah, I mean, I can at least get a bit more practice in. I think, was it Dutch in the McLaren?
Yeah.
I think he might have had damage, so you know, those 3 guys were pretty quick. So
yeah.
I don't know how much. I might need a lot of practice to get to get on those guys, but yeah, you never know. With some good strategy, I might be able to sort of drag myself up with them. But
do you like
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, like I said, you've come in and immediately seen the wrath of the Dutchies, as we like to say. So you'll do well to mix in with those guys. But on first evidence, mate, it was a superb drive from you. I think we all commented on it in the stream a few times as well. So definitely watch that one back tonight. I think you'll enjoy seeing that.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
But nevertheless, nice to have you with us finally after all this time and all of my persistent annoying you for so long. But
I told you I would one day.
yeah, I believe you now. So, but no, like I said, mate, well done, and I look forward to seeing how you get on next week.
Thanks, mate.
Cool. Over to you, Si.
Right, well, that concludes Div1 for another week. Next week we're in Hungary, but before that we've got Div2 tomorrow night. Once again, we're around Germany. Pagani sounds like he's looking forward to that one. So yeah, join us here 8 o'clock tomorrow night and see if CJ can continue his run away with the championship. He's won 4 in a row. Can he make it 5? Find out tomorrow night.